Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and evening, amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master propaganda, hero site defender of the fatherland, off you to a glorious 1v1 on Mill Road. North it is Finndeed, fighting for the Oberkommando Germany, Deutschland. Here with the Feldherrn Panzergrenadier-Division, the Luftwaffe Ground Forces, Overwatch, and Grand Offensive. In fact, we get Grand Offensive with the Panzerfusilier, smoke bombs, Infrared Sturmgewehrs, Panzer Commander, and Tiger Tanks for the infantry. Opposite west and south, it is Barbarossa, fighting for the Red Army in the Soviet Union. The 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps here with Lend-Lease, featuring M4C Shermans, Dishkas, Assault Guards, Sis-6 supply trucks, and infantry pair kits. With anti-tank grenade, Molotov, and infantry bulletins. Note they are for range. So, we're off to the races here, and as always, a big hearty thanks to my paid supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast. You too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon yourself, or you can donate by PayPal. Also, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. We got Volksgrenadiers Kuhwagen here for Finndeed. There's a double conscript for Barbarossa. Eastern point we see for the Sturmpionier as they steadily move forwards there, observing their bikes and wondering if they're going to have to end up riding on them. Because, as a fun fact, as the war went on, a lot of German, divisions found themselves having to use bikes instead of trucks for their Panzer Grenadiers. Fun fact, for example, you had the 17th SS Panzer Grenadier in Normandy, which had several battalions mounted on bicycles. Contrast the Fox in the Santoms got the Samex done, but there you go, pushed off right before they finished them. Bit awkward there. Up north, Kuhwagen pushing forwards there for Finndeed. Bit of skirmishing there, and we got the Sturmpionier moving about. Southern point we see some engineers. Point Ebbing Sea, Scram Northern Point. More filters almost done there for Finndeed. And there goes Sturmpionier catching the engineers, trying to catch move out. They've got a conscript backing up, preventing I think immediate breakthrough here, but that said, Volksgrenadiers coming from the centre assist here. That's a very good little penance maneuver there, but we got conscripts there creating even possibly bigger pens for Barbarossa against Finndeed. Oh dear, oh dear. More troops are arriving here. 3rd conscript wave for Barbarossa, likely the triple conscript engineer build, which is quite common with the Serbs at the moment, unless they're planning something like airborne troops or other ways of upgrading the conscripts on a faster pacing. We got Panzerfusilier here for Finndeed. Thumbs up to that. Panzerfusilier, by the way, was just a fancier title for Panzer Grenadier. Initially, the Großdeutschland started with it, but later other divisions would catch on with it. Kuhwagen Fox moving up here, charging, and we got the units about to support. Basically hoping there's an anti-tank grenade so far. The bet is paying off there for Finndeed. The Panzerfusilier squad is gefechtsbereit. Sturmpionier also ranking to assist here in the south though. Looks like Barbarossa's going to explode here. Finndeed not pushing in there as well. And there go, counter push back. Heavy losses inflicted engineers next in line as Finndeed's forces unleash a torrent of lead, decimating the Soviet infantrymen. Counter moving forwards here. Panzers heading northwards there for Finndeed. Mines, die Schützenmines 42. Panzer caught with engineers. And there go engineers surrounding them. That's going to be a problem there for Finndeed since the Panzerfusilier are initially weaker than a Volksgrenadier squad despite costing a bit more. But that said, once they're upgraded with the recon package, scale a lot better. Kuhwagen units up in the car point. Little deceptive maneuver there by Finndeed and sneaky. Bit of skirmishing there. Almost got the car, but we got the using back conscript as well. There we go. Also grenades upgraded. Narrowly avoids it getting hit by the anti-tank grenade, but proceeds to get hit by another one. And yeah, I think it's going to lose the Kuhwagen. There we go. Finishes off there. And there goes Sturmpionier being surrounded. Conscript forwards there. Forward back, I think, behind the breakage of the Kuhwagen. There we go. Also provides a bit of cover since when a vehicle destroyed, it briefly provides some smoke cover as well, meaning that units typically can't see it. So bigger tanks simply provide a better coverage there. Actually, Kuhwagens may not, but I know tanks do, so fun fact there. More Panzerfusilier for Finndeed, so fairly infantry built here from him versus Barbarossa. Barbarossa's probably also got medics out by now, I would imagine. Yes, indeed. Yes, Finndeed. Panzers pushing forward straight for the conscripts. Sturmpionier reinforcing, truck on the way. Heavy losses then inflicted and push back the troops there. Car upon that is hit, they're denying Finndeed precious fuel. And we got a heavy machine out there for Barbarossa. Could also consider some assault guards. We'll have to see, of course, he does that. Full screen being forward towards there, pushing for the car point, but there you go. Barbarossa blocking there expertly. Grab back the car point. We got 402 versus 495 so far. Barbarossa's got a nice lead over Finndeed, who is definitely having a bit of a tougher times. Though, of course, once he can start upgrading those Panzerfusiler, things should swing a bit more in his favour again. Battle Group headquarters on the way there. Will of course need to upgrade to the mechanized command post, and then he can begin upgrading his men with the recon package. Discoming force there for Barbarossa and the Red Army. Engineers sitting out there, 3 kills, veterans who won. He's shouting at the Sturmpioniere. Discoming up as well. And the center we got the Fulls with the conscripts, and there you go, Molotov off. Quick toss there. Panzer's reinforcing. Battle Group headquarters almost done. And seizing the southern point there as well.
Mobile command has been set. The static post is now in operation.
And mechanized command post as expected. That's set. Barbarossa leading another assault here on Finndeed's car point. This time backed by the heavy machine gun team. That's going to be much tougher here for Finndeed to defend with. Currently he's going to rely on some more aggressive maneuvers to catch Barbarossa off guard there. Like any head-on assault, he's just going to get shot to bits with heavy losses to follow for Finndeed. So needs to get a bit clever here versus Barbarossa. Needs to get a bit clever. Got the Sturmer tank from the north here, low on health though. Medics on the way there. Steadily camping and upgrading. There we go. One being upgraded there. Defending the car point as valiant as they can. Sturmpioniere taking the long route here. Hoping there's no troops nearby. There we go. Panzer's rank tank from the south here. There we go. Nice maneuver by Finndeed. Just what the doctor ordered. And all because they get wiped out. And they even drop a flamethrower. A small present there for Finndeed. Well, consolation prize for all the damage done. And we get some guards assault troops out here for Barbarossa, of course. And in the Thompsons here, 2 of them. They'll find fact the Sods did not receive a lot of them. They didn't actually like them a lot, because while the Thompson was certainly a powerful submachine gun, it had the issue for the Sods that it used 2 large rounds, which meant the average Sod infantryman could not carry a lot of rounds with them, and which, considering how the Sod logistics work, was actually quite important. So they didn't like the Thompson over the PPZ-841 there. So little fun fair there. I think they also had similar issues with the bazooka, which they also I think received only 1,000 copies of. So some fun facts there. Troops enforcing healing. Panzerfusiler tank from the north. Fuel there disrupted. Got played by Barbarossa, and there go constant push back by the Fullskirmishes. North here, Fullskirmishes there. Got the assault guards on the move here. Going straight for the car point. North Fullskirmishes, got the Sturmpioniere Southwards, flak after another for Finndeed. Finally, Barbarossa meanwhile has yet to take up there. That's actually a bit surprising. You could actually have a tank team coming up by now and some T-70s maybe. But I'm guessing Barbarossa's planning to suppose for the infantry Germans, honestly. Assault guards going in for the Panzerfusiler. Oh, they don't have the nation for the grenade. This is great for Barbarossa's assault guards there, so they can easily close in. But there you go. Flamethrower Volkskommandiers to the rescue. And we get a grenade assault here, quickly dodging out of the way there. Chance of getting wiped here is definitely not negligible. There you go, down to 2 men as Borders there catches on fire. Yeah, Contra the punch in the car pot, but not quite contesting it. Need to flank from the south. There we go. Folks is arriving, Punch was arriving, flak attack almost done here. Caught in a Molotov, their forced retreat. And there you go, setting up here. Brandhand grenade off in the midst of the Disca crew. Forced retreat, but overall, Finndeed's position remains quite perilous as Barbarossa just exerts incredible map control here and incredible pressure versus Finndeed, making it very difficult for Finndeed without something, very aggressive, suppressive to push back Barbarossa any prolonged period of time. So there you go, flak attack here, really important tool. Contra taking heavy damage, shot ammunition for a possible grenade in the retreat here, but needs to push it swiftly and of course get the fuel back here so Barbarossa doesn't pull it too fast. Support company up there, and we will probably see the tank come out next here for Barbarossa, though obviously he probably wants to consider a field gun in the near future to help deal with the flak half track. Racing straight up for the car point. Finndeed knows he's going to have to do something bold. Meanwhile, Barbarossa is just grabbing his opponent's field point. Thumbs up. Barbarossa also, I think, at this point has a fairly good idea that at this stage, once the flak half deck is out, he's not looking to like do any like big engagements with Finndeed until he's got something that we're dealing with it. But there you go, got the carve point. Pushing off here again with the flamethrower. Folks Grenadiers, they're definitely doing some heavy lifting there for Finndeed. Got the victory point. We got 273 versus 493. Fury drops that. They got the punch moving in there. Alright, Heinz, I want you aiming properly this time around. No time to hit the soft bits. Just shoot at them and kill them. But it's funny when I hit the soft bits. Well, we're not here to be funny now, are we? This isn't Allo or some other British television series. Can we have out there for Finndeed? Flak half timing in. They got the assault guards ready, hiding around the shrubberies, ready to unleash a torrent of lead into anyone who pokes the nose out too far. Up north, your folks falling back. Got the dish on the move here. Aggressive play there. Can soon go for, going to go for the T7 now. Could also go for the Issue 6. Go for half deck. Not impossible that Barbarossa is just planning to go for the mechanized armor company and begin training out MTs already. That would certainly make a lot of sense. Assault guards backing off there. I mean, Barbarossa could theoretically call in another assault guard squad right now and just equip the bazookas if he wanted to. He probably won't. I've yet to see anyone go for assault guards with bazookas, honestly. Flak artering away there. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad upgrade. I mean, his effectively would be like in a 6-man squad with a pair of Panzerschrecks that fire faster than the actual Panzerschrecks, which I know is actually pretty good. But it's just going to push back the Volksgrenadiers there. The Kednev almost done there for Finndeed. Looking to avoid the main point. They have contention with the Disco there. Flank around. Barbarossa instead. Good play by Finndeed. Thumbs up. But he's definitely concerned about enemy armor. The fact he's going for another Kednev for now. He's definitely expecting to get like spanked soon here by Barbarossa. Which is, I think, is a very valid concern to have. Ooh, Disco, they're not setting up in time. But 14 frame Finndeed does not pop the concussor grenade. But there you go, punch pushing in, flak happening up there. The Kenworth on the move as well. Flanking in there. Very nice, very nice. And there's of course the other side heavy machine gun gunners. Chance of getting what I think isn't impossible, but would require, I think, a grenade for the best chances. There we go. Assault guards moving in, constant moving in, so we've got the flak after defending the cut-off point, but with the field gun there, he wisely backs off. Grenade assault here. Very nice. Thumbs up there to Barbarossa. Almost blows up his own conscripts though. And forcing a retreat here. Flak's going to deal with that. So much action across the front here between Finndeed and Barbarossa's. Both players, of course, looking to sink the other one. Constantly mauled out in the open here, taking heavy fire from the flak gun. Volksgrenadiers as the assault guards. 4 kills. Close veterans 1. Far up north here. Volksgrenadiers with the flamethrower as the conscripts. Veteran 3 and 18 kills. Sehr good. MD34 there for Finndeed. Sehr good for him. And there you go. We do get the mechanized armor company as Barbarossa will of course be pushing for a, I imagine, fast M4C Sherman. They could also just go for an even faster T-34-76. Both I think would be very valid choices to make it. Takes up the flak half, tactical pushing on the centre. Up north here we've got the focus of the flamethrowers, the conscripts. Need to get a bit closer to get that going here, but that said, looks like he's just buying time for the rest of the force to arrive here and mess things up for Barbarossa. Ooh, popping the armor piercing rounds. Flak half setting up here. Sturmpionier moving in close to Veteran 2. Up north here, steady advance here from Finndeed, to actually fit in the fuel point. I think that would be an excellent maneuver, but it looks like going to push for the car point again in the centre here. Field gun catching the faults above the centre victory point, bombarding their positions. And the assault guards bring in to sweep away the Germans, the fascists. Disco there being caught with the Sturmpionier, possibly in the flak half tech, but no, the flak half tech wasn't quite in position. We got 228 versus 465. And we do get the T-34-76 here, but also leaning more now to just exploit his initial arm advantage versus Finndeed by just getting a tank up fast. Thumbs up. Finndeed, meanwhile, just going to have to take up, of course. And will still be some time away from any tanks here. So this is, I think, a great spot to be in for Barbarossa and the Red Army, and a less than spectacular spot to be for Finndeed and the Germans. He may in fact need Panzerschrecks here, though of course I suppose he could be a bit more desperate in calling another Panzer squad to equip that with double Panzerschrecks, though that seems a bit less likely. But could happen, could happen. Never say never. Flak half technical force there. 2 kills there. North there, sandbagging in there. Just coming forwards here. Ooh, run to the flak half tech here. If they get spotted in time. But they actually get the drop there on the flak half to pop smoke and disengage. But nice flank here with the punches there. Quick steel hand grenade, but there you go. T-34 from 6 right to the front line. Need to get that flak half tech there really fast before the surge turn into a smouldering heap of scrap metal. Oh! Full wipe on the full Skirmishes squad. No survivors. Another punch squad here for Finndeed to replace the losses. Flak half tech still holding position. If I kept being moved up here, trying to, I think, prevent a total collapse here. Of course, then we keep in mind the field gun here, and there we go. Great hit like him on T-34. Grenade off the advancing troops here. Flak half being pushed back. They're also getting back to the fuel point there. Good work by Barbarossa as all this is happening. Sturmpion retreating. T-34, of course, a significant threat here and can easily do a lot of damage to Finndeed's infantry. So there you go. 3rd Panzer squad out here. I imagine recon package, but again, if he's feeling like, you know, pressure or it be necessary, he could, you know, equip them with the double Panzerschrecks, the Raketen Panzerbüchse. Schwerpanzer course there being authorized, very good. And there you go, counter in the arc of fire of it. Immediately loses Yuri and Boris. And you fit them westwards. Guards, assault guards going for the western fuel point there. More counter merged into the unit. Counters around it. MD fit was the guardsman, catching that in the open there. Fixing the flak half track. And there you go, T-34 tearing into the building there with the Panzerverstärker. But the field gun is exposed, and we got the flamethrower filters going in there. 19 kills, almost 18 here. Nasty from the T-34, and you can see in the centre on the west side here. MD-34 supporting an attack here on the guardsman by the western field point. And there you go, punches can be upgraded whatever Finndeed desires them to be upgraded with, but so far isn't upgrading them. Perhaps there's some hesitation there, perhaps he is thinking, should I go for a pair of Panzerschrecks or should I go for the G33s? We got another T-34 for Barbarossa, no sign of the M40 Shermans, but so far, without any like armor from Finndeed, I mean, just going for more T-34s and 6s honestly makes a lot of sense because the T-34s are just, in terms of like raw damage, especially versus infantry, super efficient. They just do so much damage, they're good, accurate, the machines are great, the main gun is great, it's just like, you know, good. Plus, you can just keep churning them out. So, as long as Finndeed, like, isn't really pressuring him with a lot of armor, I mean, he can get away with it. And even then, at a certain point, like, if he has, like, 3 of them, I mean, any tanks up from Finndeed's going to still struggle against 3 T-34s and 6s. Good hit from the cannon effort in theory, but sadly it wasn't. Another T-34 ready there for Barbarossa and the Red Army. 4 kills on the flak half tech up north here. Full skills captain in the east. We got the T-34 already moving in to put a stop to that. Still no upgrade on that squad. I'm guessing again there might be some hesitation here from Finndeed. Some wondering there if he should go for the G-33s or if he wants the Panzerschrecks. But he can soon go for the Panzer IV Model J. Of course, if he's trying to stall for something bigger than that, he might be tempted to go for the double Panzerschrecks just for even more anti-tank firepower against Barbarossa's increasingly growing fleet of tanks. Sturmpan is equipped with a Panzerschreck, so he's definitely going for some Panzerschrecks. And again, Sturmpan with the Panzerschreck is actually a fairly decent upgrade, I find. North here, T-34 caught here, Panther off, could take it out here. Nice hit over there by Finndeed. Punishing actually Barbarossa for extending his T-34s from 6s with no easy way to get out. Gaming gets possibly the near squad wiped here, but no, looks like I may not get away with that. Yep, failed to finish it off here. Almost got the T-34. We got the other T-34 going in to assist. Might actually be a mistake here, though. He might actually just give a chance to destroy. And there you go. One T-34 down. Panzer is retreating. Here's a... Doesn't try to take the chance to destroy. We got a Panzer mod on the Finndeed, though. Field gun shoots here at the flak half-tack, pushing him back. Other Panzer squad remains unupgraded. Oh, he does equip it with Panzerschrecks. That's going to be a lot of Panzerschrecks for Finndeed, though, here then versus Barbarossa. That'll be the Sturmpanzer with the Panzerschreck, plus the Panzer squad, and on top it's going to have 2 Raketenwerfers, which are basically just Panzerschrecks mounted on wheels and with bigger tubes, I believe. Which gave them more range and, you know, accuracy compared to the Panzerschreck, but obviously they were much more clunky and not as easy to move about, so the Panzerschreck ultimately won out. So there you go. 2 Panzerschrecks per team. That was, I think, more the common norm for the German army, but I like. In fact, the War Dawn, they would, in fact, in a case for the Fulton divisions, replace a lot of the anti-tank guns with Panzerschreck teams. One advantage Panzerschreck 101 anti-tank guns in the long run was, despite again having a lot less range than an anti-tank gun, was logistically they were a lot easier to move about and didn't like, you know, a truck or a tractor or anything that's all around, you know, that. Since the infantry could just carry it, so it was a lot more logistically easy to deal with. Grab the southern victory point there. T-34 going to restrain to the Panzerschreck team here. There we go. Good hit there. Katyusha out for Barbarossa. Pantherfall's ready now. Adding the Panzer Commander. Finndeed sailor turn around Barbarossa now, I think, here. North fighting here going on between Barbarossa's infantry and Finndeed's forces. Panther wing to assist as well. Very good here. Not the greatest shot there in the southeast, though. Barbarossa's men on the move once more. We got the flak after defending the point. There you go. Tearing into the conscripts with its 2-centimeter gun. In the west, Panther. There you go. Rams it, starting it and damaging the engine. Guess it's... I think in this case, the reason it did it, like, theoretically, like, Finndeed get away with it is probably just to ensure Pantherfall doesn't push further forwards and take out the Katyusha, for example, though. There's actually a chance you could take out the Pantherfall with this, would be pretty painful for Finndeed. Chances actually pretty good since Finndeed dove it in pretty far without any infantry support here, so... Yeah, he might actually lose the Pantherfall here. Pretty good for Barbarossa then. He lost like both T-34s. Getting rid of the Pantherfall is a great kill for him. Sturmpione with that Panzerschreck. Pantherfall kaput should salvage that, and of course any other army can get his hands on. The more fuel he can secure for his next tank, the better for Finndeed. Beckett reinforcing healing. Certainly a fierce fight here. Molotov on the foot's gonna deal it. Ooh, caught the house instead. Sergei has set through it over the roof, not onto the roof. Sorry, I misheard. 5 kills on the flak crafting. One thing that's also, I think, quite good for Barbarossa is Finndeed's actually not been able to leverage the flak half tech very well. Like, normally at this point, most players activate Vetti 2, at which point it murders infantry. But because Finndeed's not been able to, like, get into good positions versus Barbarossa, it's not been able to gain as much veterans as he normally would like to. And that means it's not at that crucial Vetti 2 where, again, it eats up infantry for breakfast almost at a literal level. So great here for Barbarossa, and definitely a sort of smaller tactical win there. The Panzer definitely proving to be a problem here, though, for his infantry. Panther then being impressed. We got 108 versus 374. Panzer team holding up there, 1 kill so far. Briefly considered almost a dud. No, don't think that'd be a bad idea, though. Honestly, I like infantry gun, could maybe also be an idea instead. Of course, the Katyusha could fire away at it, but precision correctly just be not shooting at Finndeed's other things. Plus, the line gun could allow him to say smoke the position and charge in, clear it out the support weapons without taking too much damage. I think that'd be actually a strong consideration there for Finndeed. Note the aggressive use of the Katyusha. I think might have been a misclick, but it could also be trying to get as close as possible to then unleash a barrage with high accuracy, which would have given him a fairly good chance of getting wiped there. Panzer team like Kevin hiding up north here, ready to destroy any attempt at launching a Soviet armored assault through here. Or perhaps looking to push towards there with it, who knows. Sturmpione caught laying down mines. But again, that's a lot of rocket weapons for Finndeed. Meanwhile, Barbarossa's got like a field gun and that's it. We'll have to see what Finndeed goes for next. Will it be another Panther Mollier? Will it be a Tiger tank that will try and stall fort, maybe? Guards from there taking heavy damage. Flak half tech very close to 22 now, though. Another push for less than a few point. This time dug in with the sandbags. Excellent. He's using the pantry vault as an option to like try and punch through the sandbags, perhaps, and remove the cover. Not a bad idea. Try and flank through in the south. Put more pressure there. We go Katyusha barrage up north. Breaks up Finndeed's assault here. And Finndeed here can go for the Panther Mollier now, but again, it does seem like swing for the Titan. Meanwhile, Barbarossa is just turning up more T-34s and 6s. Again, he's probably not feeling particularly like threatened by Finndeed's current armoured forces, and thus doesn't feel like he necessarily needs to go for the M4C Sherman, which is great for beating up German medium armour in larger numbers, can even take on heavier armour, to be honest. But against just a opponent with largely a lot of infantry, the T-34s and 6 is just peachy. Ground the centre, ground the south here. Need to be careful about the Kidnapper though. Did consider the Panther Mollier briefly. No, he's back to it. He's back to it. It does seem like Finndeed is strong, considering he does want to go for the Tiger instead he versus Barbarossa, but he's probably also looking at the victory point and thinking, you know what? Stalling for a Tiger tank here may not work out too well for me. So there you go. Fresh T-34 out here. Of course, another reason he might be going for T-34s at this point is not just, you know, the current level of armor threat, but also just there's a lot of, you know, Panzerschrecks and Kennenwerfers might mean he just wants to go for the more expendable T-34s and 6s, where again, losing one is not necessarily the biggest loss, but it's also much better to just punish all these anti-tank teams that Finndeed is operating with. Let's say there's numerous reasons for the T-34s and 6, I think, you know, being his choice, and, you know, being a fairly good choice. Not again, the M4C shouldn't be bad, but you know, just the T-34 is better. North Hitch is being held up with MB-54. There you go, another Panther Mollier yet for Finndeed. Straight to the cannon for good hit. Panzer team they could try and go for deeper flank for here. Catch the T-34 guard. What's the time from the other side? That could also work out. Caught here by the disco suppressed, and what a huge blow that Finndeed might use the support weapons here. It's the Katyusha barrage. Really devastating hit there for Finndeed. Great there for Barbarossa. Almost blows up his own men, but I think on the Katyusha rockets there's actually no friendly fire. Which is a bit, there's some inconsistency with some units having like friendly fire attached to them, others do not. Disco push back the Sturmpionier in the centre. The lack of artillery death become finally going for artillery there, thumbs up to Finndeed. He may also consider some orbital guidance, since I think with either the light machine gun or the infrared assault rifles, they could provide Finndeed with more firepower on the manoeuvre here. And you know, something that sort of put more pressure on Barbarossa with as well. To roll up the south here, I think is a very good idea there with Finndeed. Flak half take also extending that French press. There we go, Guardsman caught here, but they're now vetted to flak half. You can see the Guardsman taking a lot more damage. And we go force back here with the flamethrower as well. 23 kills, ace level. Again looking to share the sandbags. But the north side seems to now firmly in the hands of Barbarossa, but it is coming in the south with basically continuing the south and could open up for a possible flanker for Finndeed if he can execute it. More full grenadiers though. No orbs on here for Finndeed. Just full grenadier. Land gun has also arrived. North-ish Sturmpionier with info spots. The conscripts further up north here push forwards there, but the disco is defend the few point, a victory point brutally efficiently here. Even using the wreck tank here for cover, certainly punishing Finndeed for, say, salvaging it a bit here. Can we push back here? Flak half tack catching the guts. Oh, like he's just bombarding it with the Katyusha. First volley whiffs, second volley whiffs as well. Sets off a mine though. Disengages finally, but yeah, that didn't do too much. But I guess forcing that the flak half tack is still a win there for Barbarossa. Although he's sending in his tanks, so perhaps not as much. Focusing on trouble there, Panther one getting the conscripts. Finndeed now feeling increasing steady pressure from Barbarossa, as Barbarossa is just looking to shatter Finndeed and crash him beneath a tide of Soviet steel. Mine goes off there. Up north, a bit of skirmishing there. Folks fling up behind the Dishka. Get hit by the Panther 4 and the T-Fed Force and 6. And Shank Rifle, I think, going off with the punch. There we go. But can he follow up on it? I think that's the problem for Finndeed right now. The line for gun has arrived. Got 1 kill on so far. On the west, the folks are clearing out the machine gun. But can he deal with the T-Fed? Ooh, Panther Flash there. Nice. Multitasking there in the southeast, though. More fighting. It's just fighting across most of the points right now. And Finndeed just does not quite seem to be fully getting through, though. He's doing something, but is it enough, though? We got 51 versus 351 here. Barbarossa still maintaining good lead over Finndeed. Finndeed could soon go for another Panther 4 Moliere. 50 points left. Need to grab that point there. Panther 4 moving in here. Both T-Feds will damage. There they go. Grenade assault team pushing out the Sturmpionier. Flak half-deck arriving there. 11 kills. Guards, assault squad there getting hammered and assaulted. T-Fed fight from the Panther 4 here. Moving in. Not concerned about getting rammed this time around. Good hit there. Phil moving in, almost got it. T-Fed flanking. Main gun out, main gun out. McKenna moving in, they need to get the Panther 4 moving though. And the T-Fed was kaput, but there you go. Great hit from the field gun. Could lose the Panther 4 actually, and he loses it. Should have moved it faster, he should have moved it this way around. They should expect the field gun honestly arriving from this area there, so I guess there's too much going for Finndeed here at the moment, unfortunately. Or fortunately, the Barbarossa. Another T-Fed for the Barbarossa. At this point again, he's not even bothering with them. He's just, you know, churning out more and more T-34-6s because again they're just so cost efficient. McKenna with a snipe with the T-34-6. I mean, just really highlights how powerful the T-34-6 honestly is with an infantry support weapons. Look to destroy it. Indeed, rushing to denied here. The distraction to Barbarossa. There you go, up with McKenna alpha. Constantly being mauled. We got 26 with the 351 here. Situation for Finndeed remains perilous, to put it generously. Sturm's going to hit it with a Panther shake. Got Vetchny Fleet, 10 kills. And another T-Fed ready for Barbarossa and the Red Army.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Film around the Sturmpionier. Comes setting out, line gun joining in there. Shot whiffed. Sturm is getting sniped. Dish coming up. Then we got Katusha Baujofi on the centre around Finndeed's forces. T-Fed for Barbarossa up north. Punch gun is moving forwards. And another Panther 4 Moliere for Finndeed. At this point, it may just be too late. Like, the entire front line is now just falling apart here. Basically just giving out. Like a structurally unsafe building that's being put under too much load from the elements. In this case, socialist elements. Deep flank in the north, but at this point, just too late. Flak half-tack knocked out. We got 18 points left for Finndeed versus Barbarossa 351. This is getting the northern point, but yeah, the situation is just deteriorating, I think, too fast for Finndeed at this point to fix things. Line for also in trouble here. And Light Gun crew exterminated. We got 10, 8, 6, grenade off. Brandhand grenade though. 4. Barbarossa slightly pulling back here, but for the most part, again, just remains firmly in control. We've got 2 points left. 1 point left. And GG, game over, lost there for Finndeed. A victory for Barbarossa. Barbarossa, I would say, played very well, quite aggressively. Think the issue for Finndeed was in part due to some unit preservation issues. Also, just the early game didn't quite go his way. Plus, of course, losing the tanks like he did really didn't do him any favours and allowed Barbarossa, I think, to further gain dominance. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links in Cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for the last episode. Bye.